Now we're recording. Yes. Thank you so much, guys. Let's say it in brief that we're going to start some projects together, and we're going to do this on a big scale. So we're going to raise some topics, and we'll see that every teacher can choose like 1 or 2 projects to take part in, or even more. We listened to Carrie from Argentina, and she said that she's happy to take part in some projects, and she told us about her experiences while traveling around the world. Shamim would like to speak, so go ahead. Unmute yourself, please.
Can I say something?
Yes, Maggie, go ahead.
Okay. Yes. Well, I was thinking that I would like to be part in a project where my students, first of all, they can meet students from just introducing themselves and getting some friends from other countries, because sometimes it happens that they think that what's the purpose that they're learning English, right? Even now that they can't travel, so they think, what for? So and I've been telling them that, of course, that English is an international language, so you can communicate with people from all over the world. So I would really like to take part of a project where they can just get to know and start, getting some new friends. Because it's just like me, it's the same. That's why I found it interesting to be here today, because my English is just here, it's just in my country, so I haven't had the chance to meet other teachers from different parts of the world. So I would really like if my students and I would take part of the first project, like getting to know with new people.
Yes, I do agree with you that we should thank coronavirus for getting us closer and closer together. And we're depending on different resources for education, and students are now more careful about how people all over the world are receiving their education. I'm so sorry, Shamim, it was your turn to speak, so please do. Unmute yourself. Unmute yourself and speak.
Okay. All right. We are all going through this pandemic since last year. So I was having kind of difficulty actually to get my students to interact in English via Zoom or Google Meet. So, most of the time they'll be like, they turn off their webcam and we are not sure what they're doing, right? And you know very well, our admin, they are there to make sure that they succeed, especially in their marks. It's understood. So I came up with this one project, actually, on endangered animal. Okay, so it was on endangered animal, and I make sure that they had like maps like this, actually. Okay. And what they did is I got them to present using, they had to act. Some of them became like, they were put into groups of 3 to 4 maximum. It'll be, if it's 5, it's going to be like a party. So it's quite impossible. And some of them became journalists. So, students are, for me, I'm not that good in computers and all that, not so smart, all right? But, students they are born with all this knowledge. So they were very smart, I just need to guide them, and they became journalists, CNN journalists, news readers, and some of them were like the NGOs and wildlife officers and all that. So they have come up with very interesting presentation, okay, which they spoke about, what do you call that? The facts about the endangered animal, where do they come from? Okay, so that's the reason why this world map is important. They must know what they are talking about, which part of the continent is the are the endangered animals from. So each group, they selected one particular animal and the characteristics, they spoke about it, what is happening right now, and why are they in danger, and of course, and how are we going to help them from becoming extinct. Okay, so after, I think we had very nice, wonderful presentations and all that, then how to get them actually communicate with the community. So what I did, I contacted some of my friends from other states, and I got my students to actually present whatever that they have done in other schools as well. Okay, so that has actually boosted up their confidence levels in English. So you must know, in Malaysia, English language is not our first language. It is, for most of us, like me, it is a foreign language. So we pick up along the way, actually, in school, and also with by communicating with our friends, okay? And so I got them to do that, and they created pamphlets, which actually they put at the letterbox of in the community area on endangered animals, and they also shared pamphlets in Instagram, in WhatsApp, and whatever media that they could. So I think at the end of the day, for me as a teacher, when I see them smiling and they gain confidence and they have the love to learn English more, we being the English teachers here, right? So for me, that was a bit of success. Definitely, I was happy with that. So this year, definitely I'm going to do something else with them. And of course, joining this virtual, like Universal Teachers program, this is another landmark for us.
Great, mashallah. Before we can ask our dear friends to speak, we're not going to do just projects. We're going to go on with the sessions, but we're going to organize. So I'm going to have like a timetable in which we can choose and people can fill in their age group, and we're gonna have something organized for this. I may ask your permission because I created a WhatsApp group for us, so that as teachers, so that it's easier for us to communicate. This is the link of the group. I thought of creating a Telegram one, but I don't know if you're familiar with Telegram, or you see if it's easier, we can move to Telegram later on. In this group, we're going to have the ideas of the projects and the organization of the whole thing before we can move to starting the projects themselves. And I'm gonna have a special page for that, so that we can post our presentations or articles for other people to read, not only for the people who are interested in those topics. We can now listen to Gloria.
Right, thank you. I was thinking about this SDG, that is the Sustainable Developmental Goals proposed by the UN, and I think somebody brought that up in the chat box.
Yes.
Quite by chance, right? So the United Nations presents these, say, priorities, right? These I think they are interesting because they present mid-term and long-term and short-term projects, right, on different topics. I think now there are as many as 17, maybe if somebody knows whether I'm right. Maybe just as a suggestion, we could follow them, or maybe we can read them so as to get some inspirations, let's say, from there, to see what topics we could cover. And then, as you mentioned, maybe a general presentation at the end of the year, if we could, this is just an idea, working groups covering the different topics, at the end of the year, we would have more than one topic covered. So more topics for the final presentation. And at the same time, I think it would be good for all the countries taking part in that same issue, right, to see and to contrast their own country's reality in connection with that issue. And I think that would be good to create a sense of community, because maybe when a country is suffering from some difficulty, they think that they are the only ones, just as Kari said there. But this will be a way for our students to learn and to see that maybe they are not the only ones having this difficulty. And at the same time, they could share the possible solutions from other countries too. So I think this will be a give and take thing. This is my thought.
Perfect, perfect. Thank you so much, Gloria. I'm so sorry, Radwa. Let us first welcome Marley and Anastasia, because they have just joined. Hello, Marley. Hello, Anastasia. If you're ready, just feel free to speak. Marley, unmute yourself. Teachers do not keep themselves muted.
That's true.
Okay.
Hello, everyone. My name is Marely, and I am from Lima, Peru, here in South America. I joined very late, so I'm just catching up a little bit. I usually teach kids, but I mean, anyway, it's very interesting to know, I mean, what's going on around the world. So, well, that's basically it. It's glad to meet all of you.
Thank you so much, Marely. And we just knew each other. We introduced each other like what you have just done. And we're discussing the idea of having international projects so that our students are involved in long-term plans in which they search for answers to some questions and for trying to find information related to some problems that affect. Hello, Anastasia.
Hello,
yes,
everyone. I still face some internet issues, but I'm so delighted to be with you, to meet all of you. I'm from Greece. I usually teach age groups from teenagers till adults relating to IELTS. But I really like cooperating with kids around 8, 9 years old. With their energy, they somehow keep my balance as a teacher.
This is really great. I found something in common between most of the attendees, that they are 15 years and above in experience, mostly 20. Most people here have 20 years of experience. This is what I heard. Only Noha is 15, mashallah. Great. Okay, Radwa, you raised your hand to speak. I don't know if you have the ability to speak now or not.
No, you broke my heart. I won't speak.
Yes, I'm happy that I broke your heart. Radwa is from Egypt, and in Egypt we break each other's hearts, and this is normal.
Okay. Actually, I want to speak for 2 points first. As all of us, we are not like a mother tongue for English. Speaking with each other, as for our students, this gonna make them familiar with the other accents, because when they like talk to someone other than like English or American, they cannot understand their English, and this is gonna be very profitable for this point. Second, I want you to make a schedule for teachers. Like, for example, this week we're going to speak about what's the most hard problem that you face inside the class, and each one is going to tell how. Okay, so we can share experience. What do you think? Hello?
We can hear you.
Yes, Radwa, go on. We can hear you.
Okay. So that's what I need. I need to gain more experience from other countries, you know, in teaching, in physics. Mr. Hussein, I think you have a connection problem. So what do you think?
Okay, great. This is with my laptop.
I guess so.
Kept being frozen, so I'm using my mobile to be able to talk to you. Okay, so now I have presented 2 ideas. As I said, we're going to go on with the idea of having sessions between teachers, but we're going to organize that so that we have enough number for students so that they can interact. And we can have like the idea of having projects, long-term projects. And we're going to provide you with a variety of topics that will interest your students. And my last idea is to, I don't know if you're going to agree with it. We can ask for permission. So as a teacher, I can attend Pearl's class. I will be the only one who is attending with her class, so that I see how do people in India, how the teacher interacts with her students, how do they deal with her, how do they answer, how do they divide this development, things that we do in our class. We can listen to it. So go on.
Thank you so much, Hussein, and dear colleagues. I also had the idea of maybe helping our students to promote international consciousness. As we can see now, we are all merged together by technology. Maybe before then we could never know that we could meet in such a forum. And now that we want to introduce our children to, or our students, whatever age they are, and since we are becoming a global village, then we can promote international consciousness where they can learn different people's culture, such that whenever in their future they come across people from different countries, then they can be able to communicate, they can be able to be tolerant with each other and such things. Another idea that I would have, in our country, we usually have festivals that promote especially languages. In our country, we have 2 official languages. So we find that English is quite a tall order for our students. So what the government has done, it has formulated a kind of a festival where children from all over the country meet and to promote their language, music, if it is in poetry. So I was for the idea, if that is possible, maybe we can introduce it to our students. Then those who are good maybe in writing, they can do that. Those who can do presentations, then they can do that. At least we give them the space to explore their abilities. Yeah, thank you.
Thank you, Ida. We can thank you for all your topics that will be included in our projects, and they are really amazing. Now, Joanna 1 from Poland. Go ahead.
Hello, everyone. Sorry for keeping you waiting. I tried to unmute myself and I was having some problems. First of all, I'd like to thank Hussein for bringing up the subject of class shadowing. I think it's a great idea. I've heard about it before, and I really think it's an effective tool in improving the methodology and teaching, showing other teachers what we do in class, how we work with our students. As we said before, sharing good practices. Yes, I think this is a perfect idea for Eda suggested cultural awareness in such an event. On 6th of September, we celebrate I organized a Spanish lesson for my students of English, and they really enjoyed it. And I think that could actually be quite interesting for other students from other countries if they could at least teach as their foreign peers some useful phrases in their language. That would be, as English would be a means of communication to introduce their language to other students, to show them how simple things can be spoken in their language. So this is what the idea that I've got for September, that I've been thinking about. And also I really like the idea that Shamim introduced, and when you talked about the endangered species project that you did with your students, I really like this idea because I've never done such a project before with my students, that I would definitely be interested in doing that. My students love biology and geography, and they are really into that. Besides, as I don't know if I have mentioned that before, but I have a lot of classes a week. I have 5 hours of English in each group of my class. Since they have bilingual lessons in 3 school subjects, not only in English, but also in maths and and as far as I remember, in physics. So that could be actually a good idea if I could find someone from you to suggest an idea that we could, where I could work with my students on this particular project. So somehow the teachers from two other school subjects can help me in working on that with my students. Thank you. That was a lengthy presentation. Sorry for that.
But we liked it though. Thank you so much. And
but I'm really interested in finding someone from you who would like to have some kind of project with my students. It can be based on science, or it can be based on, for example, it can be based on physics, or it can be based on geography, biology. We are open to suggestions.
Let me explain this again. We're going to have a sheet in which we have the topics, and it will be available for more than 2 classes to go on the same topic. So this is what makes it rich. So imagine that we have an endangered species, and we have like 10 classes from 10 different countries, or from 5 countries. That will be great. That would be great, and people will have amazing ideas, and we're gonna have too much information, or a lot of information, useful one for that. Thank you so much, Joanna. And who would like to speak? We have Quetzal. I don't know if this is how you pronounce your name or not, but you can speak and tell us how to say it. He or she left.
Hi. Good morning from Mexico. I'm
here.
Quetzal. Yeah, that's right.
Hello. Yes.
Hello, everybody. Thanks for having me.
Would you please tell us a little bit about yourself?
About my studies, about what I studied?
Maybe your teaching career, where are you from, and such stuff.
Well, I'm a teacher from Mexico. I've been teaching for about 15 years now. I work for both universities and a junior high school, and for both public schools and private schools as well. I mainly focus on kids. I'm trying to get them prepared and ready for certification tests from Cambridge. That's the goal. And in English teaching, I also took a couple of courses for TKT. In terms of level of English, I got certified with CAI, which is C1, I think. And I'm also preparing for C2. So I hope that in a couple of years, I'll be able to make it to C2.
We hope so. You're gonna achieve your dreams and reach your goals. Thank you so much, Quetzal. This is how is this correct?
Yeah,
Quetzal?
My complete and actual name, it's like a tongue twister. It's Quetzalcoatl. So I go by Quetzal because it's shorter and it's easier for everybody.
Quetzal, yes, Quetzal is much easier. Thank you so much for making it easy for us. Guys, I'm going to resend. I have sent the link of the WhatsApp group again, so that we can post the updates concerning the project idea, and we're going to refer to this in the Facebook group. If you would like to, the Raya would like to speak, so we can listen to her.
Okay. Hello again. First, I had introduced myself, but for the newcomers, maybe I can introduce myself once more. I have been teaching English for 17 years in public schools. Now, again, I'm in a public school, but it is a different kind of school, Science and Art Center. We just focus on the highly talented students, gifted, academically tested, and they get the right to join our school. They attend their own school, and then they come to our school. In the school, I have learned new things again, just like as if I started my task like my first year, and we just focus on the project-based learning or some other things, but we do not. I really like our points of it can be our project's topic. So I like some cultural, I like some intangible, for example, cultural heritage, UNESCO, for example, heritages, we can focus on it as well. And for example, the European Language Day Joanna had mentioned, I also like these kinds of activities because Turkey and Europe have Erasmus projects. So we join many Erasmus projects. I also carry out 2 Erasmus projects, and for years. I'm really experienced in intercultural meetings and with the students. I like it. Just about on one screen. I love this idea. Now, last week we also had one for my Erasmus project, but I realized that sometimes they just get prepared, they memorize what they have to say, they just talk. Some talk more than the others, and the others just watch it like this. And at the end, many has the failure not being able to keeping up with the others. So we can have more interactive things. For example, I just have some offers. We can have outputs at the end of the sessions. What kind of things? Web2 tools, for example, or we can also foster the like very simple ones, for example, Padlet or any other things, or we can have Kahoot challenges, or we can make them have some videos if we have permission, of course, because the copyright and their rights we should not violate them. We can have some Web2 tools. And this is my idea. At the end of it, we shouldn't say that, okay, the sessions are over, but we should think we can have.
Thank you. To be considered. Asking if anyone would like to speak or to comment on any point. Okay, so this is the end of our meeting. I really don't know how to thank you for this nice opportunity, but I'm sending you my heart to express my sincere and faithful wishes for all of you. Thank you so much for making my.
And Hussein's request.
Go ahead.
Thank you. Well, first of all, I think this is great to have us all on the same platform. So thanks, Hussein, for that. I would really appreciate if there are some sessions only dedicated for us teachers to meet once in a while and discuss the challenges with this whole online education, because it's kind of so new that children are getting bored these days. We don't know how to keep them entertained all the time. If we can demonstrate an activity or two which is really working well for you all, if we can somehow contribute, for me to think about it.
I told you that I heard that teachers may allow other teachers to attend the real class, so the teachers benefit teachers, and to have some training sessions. To have some training sessions. This is Maggie. She was speaking in Chilean. I don't know how do they speak this. So we can have some training sessions in which we can teach each other some useful, we can give some useful ideas. We can say, guys, I have used this site and it's an amazing one. Let's see how we can use it. And I do have some of that kind. So we can just make a schedule. And if you feel like, if you find that you know how to teach something or how to use a certain site, please feel free to contact me, send me on WhatsApp, send me on Facebook, and I'm gonna make a schedule and send it to you, in which we have some sessions and you can join, and we're going to record this for other teachers as well. Joanna, go ahead.
I know this is the last moment of our meeting, so I have a big favor. Tomorrow I am meeting my students and I'm looking for a guest speaker for them who could meet us tomorrow morning to talk about your country a little bit. They would ask you simple questions about your country. Is there anyone who would like to meet us? I will be with my students, of course, in the classroom, and I will connect you on Zoom. Is there anyone who would like to meet my students tomorrow?
When?
Tomorrow.
At what time?
Tomorrow morning. Well, we are available 4 hours.
I'll try to be there.
I'm just for a short session. Well, I have planned different things for them because this will be their first day at school. But I thought that it would be a good idea if they had a meeting just for half an hour, if they could ask someone from another country some questions.
I'll try to be there. I will try to be there.
Okay, thank you. Thank you for doing that.
Joanna, I could
Yes?
make it if
Great.
Hussein can't make it. I could make it because
We can all make it, Gloria.
You'll give them too much at once. So Gloria, are you available tomorrow
I should
morning?
check the time difference between Poland and Argentina.
5 hours.
And you say so?
Yes, this is
I could join you
it
at
would be
about 11 your time or 10 your time. It's okay.
okay, but that would mean, Gloria, that it would be very early for you. Isn't that too early?
It's okay, but then if I join, say at 7,
Half
it would
an hour.
be 12 for you. It's okay. It's all right. Yes, I could make it. No
Okay, so
problem.
I will arrange a meeting and I will send you the link. Okay, how can I find you?
On the WhatsApp group, probably.
Yeah.
That
Okay.
we will join, but then privately, so as not to fill the chat with lots of messages. Hussein, you say?
Yes.
That would be great.
Yes.
Thank you for doing that. My students are really talented and they speak English really well. So
I love them so much. I met them 2
that
days
should
ago.
go smoothly and they will just invent the questions like this. Thank you for doing that. Hussein, you're also welcome to join us tomorrow.
Thank you
I will
so
let
much.
you know. Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, guys,
everyone.
just say goodbye to everyone.
Bye.
I enjoyed
Next
my time
time.
with you. Thank
Bye-bye.
you so much.
What a pity, because I don't remember the